And she said, one day this will be real. And now it finally is.
Tonight, an Arizona mother is accused of faking her daughter's brain cancer to trick people into donating to their medical costs.
Let me go ahead and see if I can find an article similar to Gypsy's case. So once I typed in mom who faked daughter illness, killed by the daughter, guess what? Only one case shows up in the results. It was only Gypsy Rose who thought that, you know what? Yes. So according to people, we can say that Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a very, very famous individual. We need to write stories about her and post all of the recent activities in her life. And all of that is because she has convinced someone who is mentally disabled to commit crime against her mother by taking her life. So as we start reading, we can see that she was a victim of so-called Munchausen by proxy, is what they are talking about. But guess what? She's not the only one.
New tonight, an Arizona mother is accused of faking her daughter's brain cancer to trick people into donating to their medical costs.
Yes, did you hear that? That's what they wanted. They wanted money for the medical costs, right? She wanted money. Thousands of dollars for medical procedures.
Police say 28-year-old Monique Correa brought her 1-year-old to Phoenix Children's Hospital for unnecessary procedures, claiming the girl had cancer and taking videos of her in the hospital to post to TikTok.
This all happened just a few months ago. And let me tell you something else. Once I started to look into this, do you know how many people have done the same thing by using their daughter to, get some kind of benefit out of it? Financial or whatever else. By proxy, Munchausen is of course not for financial gain, but for some other reason to get attention. And you can see Stark County mom is accused of faking daughter's terminal illness. Colorado mom accused of faking daughter's illness. It is like a disease nowadays. That people just think that, you know what, we can just go ahead and use our kids for these types of purposes. But let me tell you something else. There are not a lot of people who will go ahead and commit crime against the Munchausen by proxy or Munchausen by financial gain, to commit crime against the mother, the abuser. Let me go ahead and see if I can find an article similar to Gypsy's case. So once I typed in mom who faked daughter illness, killed by the daughter, guess what? Only one case shows up in the results. It was only Gypsy Rose who thought that, you know what? Yes, is exactly what we should do. So what is it? If there are so many cases with the similar experiences, but then the one who was abused, the daughter, they don't commit the crime. I mean, what is it? Is it something in the mental state of Gypsy that made her do it?
Of faking her daughter's brain cancer to trick people into donating to their medical costs. Police say 28-year-old Monique Correa brought her 1-year-old to Phoenix Children's Hospital for unnecessary procedures, claiming the girl had cancer and taking videos of her in the hospital to post to TikTok.
And here we have another situation where a mother abuses the child for financial gain for TikTok, so they would make videos together and pretends that she has some kind of disease, that she does not like to try new foods. And now it is an official disease. Like, how bad can it get? Let me tell you.
I'm Hannah's mom, and we decided to come on here to give you guys a little bit of background about our family and also why we started this page. So we are a family of 5. Hannah is the youngest of 3. She has 2 older brothers. All 3 of them have very different eating habits. Our oldest son has autism, and he was a picky eater. Typical picky eater. He didn't start eating until he was 3. He struggled with textures and lots of sensory issues. Also, he would drink a gallon of milk every day, but would refuse to eat food. So we started him in OT, and he did therapy, and it was really successful, and he finally started to eat. And then we have Hannah, who was also a very picky eater, and we were hoping that she would follow her brother's footsteps and overcome it. We did therapy with her as well in hopes that we would see progress.
Can you believe that? Feeding therapy? There's now something called feeding therapy. I don't believe we had that a decade ago. What is this?
And it was a very painful experience. It was very traumatic for her. Had very bad anxiety going to therapy, and it just became too overwhelming for me.
Yeah, so anyway, she is now going online to talk about her daughter's so-called illness, which is non-existent up until this point. Here is another example of a woman exploiting her child. Do you think that she would, by herself, talk this much about her so-called disease of not trying new things? What are we talking about nowadays? It is a bit insane, if you ask me.
St. Patrick's Day. In honor of St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to be trying a green food, even though it's one of my fear colors.
Yeah, because green is the color of fruits and vegetables. And kids don't like that. And now it is a disease.
And I'm going to make it even more challenging by trying guacamole, even though I really didn't like avocados.
What do you think? Who do you think came up with this idea? To try something she does not like? Come on, for views, right? I mean, is it the idea of the mother, or is it the idea of her? You know what? I am so fearful of spiders. Let's go ahead and make a video about me touching spiders. That's insanity. It is the mother behind all of this. And will she grow up to be a, you know what I'm saying? I don't think so. And here we have another case of Australian mother was a social media influencer that drugged her daughter and setting up a GoFundMe page. What the hell? I don't think that financial gain or sympathy, it isn't far from each other, you know. It's kind of the same thing.
The one-year-old daughter of an Australian social media influencer, following claims the mother drugged her daughter in order to fake her illness before setting up a GoFundMe page to raise money for her treatment. Medical staff reportedly raised the alarm over the alleged case of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, and the child was placed in foster care.
I can confidently say the child is in...
You see, that could also have happened with Gypsy, right? She could have just been placed into foster care. She got all the access to the internet, you know. And then still she didn't do anything about it. She just chose the most brutal way out of this situation. Which I think is more... She's more prone to have, I don't know, some kind of narcissistic or a psychopathic personality disorder. That she does not really care about others at all. I don't know. It is very strange.
In safe hands at the moment with authorities, and we will progress the investigation as quickly as we can, obviously understanding the sensitivities of that.
How about this mother? She is using their child, and she is basically telling everything and showing every single thing that happens to his child. I mean, it is like this child is in so much bad luck, constantly having some kind of situation going on, needing to go to the hospital, needing to, I don't know, have some kind of medications. And she will just go ahead and film everything and share it to gain sympathy or financial gain. It is another TikTok mother that is exploiting the hell of the child. And of course, since there is no regulation at the current time, she won't stop at nothing. So as you can see, this is her channel. She has about 231k subs. And as you can see that her videos of having these disaster moments, like it is the hardest thing to be a disabled toddler, or x-ray results, and then using the image of him in a very bad way, like you don't want to see your child like that, and posting all types of things in the hospital, surgery day, let's let's go ahead and post everything about the surgery of our child. You should not want to do that. Why not make it a happy channel, to talk about nice stuff? But no, we have to talk about all the nasty things that we have been going on, because this gets views, right? And views means money. That's what it is all about. I really don't like this at all.